Hey guys, I'm Brad from Narwhal Adventures, and tonight we got Alvin Johnson from Smokin Crowe Outdoors. What do y'all think? I got some work done. I'm a little taller, a little better looking. What do y'all think? Nah, I'm Dan with the Crayon Brotherhood.
Yeah,
but yeah, we got Alvin Johnson from Smokin Crowe Outdoors here with us tonight. How you been, Alvin?
Oh, we've been doing good, trying to get stuff situated in a new place, so it's been kind of hectic.
Nice. How you liking the new place?
It's nice. We got a lot of work to do, as you can probably see behind me, but it's going to come around, take some time. But we like the hot springs area and excited to be down in this part of Arkansas from northern Arkansas and be able to explore some new adventures and do some new stuff down this way.
Yeah. There's a lot to do in Hot Springs. There's a lot to do. There's some really nice golf courses. Have you got to go explore those yet?
No, hadn't been able to do the golf courses. I'm in probably the honeydew situation here for the next 6, 8, 10 months probably.
Gotcha. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you come up with Smokin Crowe Outdoors? Where'd all that start?
Well, it kind of started with a collaboration with some folks that we used to do some stuff with, and just kind of I don't know, just kind of morphed into more than what I thought it was, was really going to do. Enjoying all of it, and it's been a blast. It's just still trying to get into the video editing and figure out that kind of stuff. I'm not a computer kind of person, so it takes me a little bit of time. And I'd much rather be out exploring than sitting at home editing videos. So that makes it hard too.
Right.
And sitting at home.
There we go. I can see who's in chat now. Ain't nobody commenting. They're usually full up and commenting.
It's because of me.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So Brad tells me you've done a lot of traveling, a lot of traveling, a lot of hunting.
Yeah, we, originally we grew up, back in Texas. So we did a lot of hunting, grew up on cattle ranches back in East Texas. And so that gave us a lot of opportunity to do a lot of hunting and fishing, back then. And, we got up to Arkansas because we liked, actually having 4 seasons and being able to be out and do stuff in nature and not have that Gulf humidity down there. And then we just started adventuring off, and I don't know. We've been Oregon, Washington, California, and New Mexico, and Arizona. Spend a lot of time in Colorado. We really like northern Colorado, or southern Colorado, and northern New Mexico is probably some of our favorite stuff. But Nevada and I mean, it's just, you get out west and it's just a totally different atmosphere than it is in our area here. We've got a lot of beauty here, especially in Arkansas. It just, it's fun to go and explore other places and find out, why they're beautiful.
Yeah. I haven't been out west overlanding. I did a hot shot. I had a hot shot job for a little while, and I went out west doing that. And I was running campers. So once I'd unload from the camper, I would go explore the trails or anything, but I could go see, different places. And man, I can't wait to get out there with my Jeep. I am so excited jumping on anything that can get me out west to explore out there. Because man, like you said, I mean, we've got a beautiful area, not knocking it. It's just different. It's a different kind of beauty out west.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really one of the things that we found out, that I didn't know that I was going to love Oregon as much as I did. But the first trip we went out there, we spent 38 days just going through and around Oregon. And it was really fun to be able to go from desert to high country in 2-3 hours, and then you could go 3 hours or so, and then you'd be on the coast. And I mean, it was just so quick to get to whatever kind of area you wanted to be in. And the diversity there it just blew my mind. I just didn't realize it was that kind of place.
So I delivered out in Oregon a lot, and that's what made me fall in love with this kind of genre or overlanding and stuff. So I would deliver in Washington, and then I'd come down. I can't remember the highway what it was, but it's right on the west coast of Washington. It dropped down into Oregon, and then you pass like 10 or 15 waterfalls in Oregon there. And every time I would stop and look at a different waterfall, and it's so beautiful out.
Yeah, I had no idea until we got out there. I knew the coast of Oregon was totally different from California. And it's really totally different from Washington as well. And when you get out there, and that's part of the reason we love doing this, I love being in the backcountry, and I love being able to explore. My wife being an artist, she paints everywhere we go. So, we love seeing those pretty sceneries and areas that people don't normally get to go and do stuff. But also, I enjoy exploring the backcountry towns and talking to local people. And we've made some of the best friends that we've ever had in our life by doing this. And some of them aren't even people that do this. It's people that we've come across and that we stay in contact with and go and visit when we're in those areas. Just because, we've met some fantastic people. And I didn't realize the coast of Oregon, they get less than 2 weeks of sunshine a year. And that just baffles me.
Yeah. Let's not put that. There we go. I'm trying to put something in chat there. Hey, there it goes. Now we got some chat going on there. Hey, it's Brad. All right. What up, Brad? How you feeling? You like my intro? You got a makeover, man. I think you did pretty good. Yeah, Oregon,
anything's an improvement on that.
Yeah, right. I would love to go out to Oregon in my Jeep and get to explore. It was pretty crazy out west because, again, I went to California in the Marine Corps, and I was down there on Oceanside. So that's completely different than the rest of California because it's a military town. But when I was hot shotting, I can't remember where we come into California at, but it was like 50, 60 degrees, and we climbed a mountain. And by the time we got to the top of that mountain, there was feet of snow that we crossed over to get to. I can't remember, Redmond, somewhere. We went over a mountain to get to it to make it faster, and we almost got stuck in the snow. I mean, there was so much snow. You fall off the back of that mountain, and you're back into 40, 50, 60 degree weather, and I was just like, what the heck? That's wild for somebody. I grew up in Arkansas too.
When we went out there a little over 2 years ago, we went out and we had to go to Woodland, California to four-wheel campers to get the camper put on the back of the Jeep. And we had stayed the night in Reno, was going up over Donner's Pass, and dropping down into California to get to Woodland, California, outside of, I believe, San Diego or whatever that is. And we're in Reno that night. We had we run the air conditioner and the motor home, and then we got up to Donner's Pass and had to wait behind the snow plows because the snow drift where they were plowing the sides of the road was up higher than the top of the motor home was. And then came back down, got the camper put on that day, that afternoon, and we were sitting outside in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah. Was that the trip your memory foam mattress froze?
Yes. So we went by, when we got the camper, we, didn't take anything with us because I didn't want to have a bunch of open stuff in the bed of the Jeep that could get stolen on the 3 days to get out there. So we didn't have extra pillows or mattresses, we didn't have sheets or bedding or any stuff, no coolers, freezer, nothing. And we wanted to use the Jeep. We were going to be a week after we got the camper. We ended up being about 48 days before we got back to Arkansas once we got the camper put on. But yeah, we went and thought we were going to be smart and bought a memory foam mat. We went up the first night about 2.5 hours south of Nevada, and went up in between close to California, and between Nevada and California. And I don't know, we were up about 9,000 feet, and it was snowing and had been snowing for about 3 or 4 hours on us before dark. And woke up during the night, freezing cold, didn't have any heat in there, just sleeping bags. And that, by God, gel foam mattress had froze on us. And you cannot break that thing in half when it's froze solid to get it out of the dang camper. So we literally just crawled down and slept in the floor of the truck. And it took, we had to come down, and it took, God, I don't know, probably 18, 20 hours for us to be able to break it enough to be able to get it out. It's hard.
Wow. Yeah. Well, note to self, don't take a memory foam mattress into the freezing.
Yeah, gel foam mattress, don't do it. Just stay away from it. It's a no-no.
Yeah, gel foam.
Yeah.
So,
stay down in California if you're going to use that, or go down to Florida or something.
So tell me about your Jeep. You know, I've seen it multiple times, but what all you've got done to that thing? It's a beast.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed building it. So it's a Jeep Gladiator. It's got a 4-wheel camper, Project M, mounted on the back of it. A lot of custom stuff that we've put on it. You know, we built out the inside of it, all the cabinetry and everything, and a lot of brackets for the water tanks and for the storage compartments on the outside. It's got a 3-inch AV heavy spring suspension on it, because I knew if the build was going to be a lot of weight. We haven't weighed it yet because it's not where I want it, but I know it's heavy. And that's been the perfect lift for us. It's worked out really good. You know, got 37s on it, and got the snorkel on it. You know, everything's vented all the way up to just right below the hood, axles and transmission, all the areas. And we tried to, to make it as stable of an off-road vehicle as we could. And then it's got all hail wig stuff on it, as far as sway bars and everything, for the extra stability of all the extra weight that's on it. And then just a lot of cool, nice features. Got the seat delete in it. Of course, it's got our Overland kitchen that we manufacture and sell, and it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. It's our home away from home for sure.
Yeah, tell me about your kitchen. That thing, I as soon as I can, I'm going to get one. That thing is nice.
Well, I appreciate it very much. I'm really proud of it. It worked out really good. It actually turned out that, we really only had one very, very small design change in it from the very first one that we built. And actually the one that's in my Jeep was the second one that we ever built. So as far as I can find anywhere searching online, we're the only company that I can find on the market that makes a USDA inspectable outdoor kitchen. And what we're meaning by that is we build everything out of stainless steel, 316B stainless, which is 2 grades above what USDA says has to be used in a meat processing facility to be sanitary proof. All of our hardware, is the same way when we put it together. We've got a company here in Arkansas that manufactures the pieces. They do the welding and the cutting and everything for me. And then actually every kitchen that we sell and ship out is put together by me and my dad that lives with us. So we're hands-on, we're not a huge company. We do everything. I like to be able to oversee the quality control of it. So, me and Dad put them together, and that way I can make sure that everything works like I want it to.
Yeah. Yeah. So yours slides out of the rear passenger door. Do you have?
That's the way we have it set up. It's actually designed to be able to be used. I know for sure it fits in the back of 32 different SUVs on the market without having to mess with the rear seat.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't matter if you've got four-door Jeep, or you've got a Land Rover, you're driving a Lexus, whatever you're driving, Subaru, any of that, it's one of the smallest kitchens on the market to be able to have the 72 inches of prep space that you get with the 3 slides out, which includes your sink and your recessed cutting board that slides out. And then you also get the big storage drawer on top, which comes with the built-in spice rack and everything like that. Again, other than the stainless, as far as I could find, we're the smallest footprint of an outdoor kitchen on the market that has the prep space that we have on ours. And we're also, our kitchen system doesn't mount in. You get our rail system with it. Once you mount our rail system in the kitchen, it literally takes 30 seconds to put it in the vehicle or remove it from the vehicle. And a lot of the reason why I did that is because a lot of families don't have a designated vehicle that they can use for overlanding or for, backcountry camping. And so they use, a common vehicle, which is a SUV that they might take the kids to soccer practice or baseball during the summer. And when they're doing that for a couple of months at a time, why have the kitchen back there? Why not have it removable so that they can have all their cargo space for sports when they're doing that time of year? So that's part of the reason why we designed it that way.
That's a good idea, not having it permanently mounted and being able to take it in and out like that. That's good thinking. That's real good thinking. Most of the kitchens I've seen are permanently mounted, and you do lose that. And most people, like you said, do not have a specific overland vehicle. So, that's just good sense. That's good
Thank you.
sense.
I appreciate it.
Something else.
Once we get situated with stuff, I've been working on a plan. We're going to do another one that's going to be bigger. That's more of a pickup truck bed mounted unit that will also be able to come in and out. But it's going to be a lot bigger than what we have currently in our kitchen, and something for the Overland guys that and people that want to go out. Part of the reason why we do this, to me, is because I enjoy eating while I'm out. Everything I cook outdoors tastes way better than what we ever fix at home. And we cook. We don't freeze dried meals. We don't do any of that. That's why I wanted something that I can clean fish on, wipe it off with a bleach wipe, roll fresh sushi rolls when I'm fishing for salmon right there. And that's what we do with it. My wife needs fresh bread on it. We bake bread in a Dutch oven over the campfire. And we wanted something that was food grade safe to do that. So we're going to do a bigger model here, hopefully coming up here before too terribly long. And, it's going to be it'll be something really nice. I think people, especially the guys that like to take people out on adventures and cook for everybody and all that, I think they'll really enjoy it.
Yeah. So when you start that project, I need to know. I'll bring my gladiator up there, and you can test it out, and I'll be the guinea pig on that one. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. We can definitely do that. Just bring your checkbook along with you, and we'll take care of it real quick.
Yeah. I'm just right up the road from you now that you're in Hot Springs too. So I mean, it's practically neighbors.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hoping we're going to be able to hook up on a bunch of adventures now we're so close together.
Yeah, for sure. And Stephen Westfall there, he's right up the road. He's closer to you than I am. So he's in.
Oh, hey,
right out
well, good deal.
Yeah, he's right up the road from you. So he'll be there this weekend too, as of right now anyway.
Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
But I mean, I'm all about some camp cooking. You've seen my food, so.
Oh yeah, you do a pretty mean tomahawk steak. I'll give you. The first time I met you, you were nice enough to give me the bone to gnaw on. So I mean, I felt like we were brothers from the get go. I mean,
yeah, that's my favorite part of the steak is right around the meat right around that bone is my favorite part. And yeah, you sweet talked me out of it. So, but hey. There's something else you got that I really like is those knives. Y'all seen any of my videos me cutting up that steak with that big knife? That's his. He sells those, and it's a good little knife for sure. Well, a little knife. It's a big knife. What style of knife is that?
The one you got, I don't know what I would really call it. It's oh gosh. I really don't know, to be honest with you. It's just the style that I've liked. You know, I've had the one like you got without the finger hole for probably 3 years now. And I really like the quality of it for the cost. They build a very good product, and there's, you know, they're actually, when I've ordered mine, the one like me and you have, that was the first one they ever even came out with. And they've been adding on more like the Viking style and stuff like that I'm carrying now.
Yeah.
And, you know, at Jasper Jeep Jam, you know, I debuted our first ever, they put together what I call it's either a master's chef's kit, or it can also be a whole skidding kit. We were the ones that got them to do that for us. So the ones that I had there at Jasper Jeep Jam were the first time we had those offered. And I haven't got those added to the website yet. I need to get on that too. That's what I'm going to be taking to that 2-month long trip in Colorado when we go up here into May.
Yeah, that was a nice little kit. I think did I get that in my video? I can't remember if I got that in my video or not.
I don't know. I don't remember. I watched the video, but I don't remember.
I don't think I think I took pictures of it, but I don't think I got it on video. But I will, if you're going to have it with you this weekend, I'll definitely get some shots of it for sure. That's a nice little setup.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
you know, it actually compacts up really nice. I was really pleased with the way everything come out on it.
Yeah, it's a nice set for sure. Something else, man, is your what is that drink you're always making? That
Old fashioned.
Man, yeah, the old fashioned. Good gracious, that is probably the best old fashioned I've ever had. That is fantastic. It's way better than that stuff that Craig brings. Good.
Oh my goodness, great! No, I can't. Yeah, I can't bash him too bad. We drank that whole bottle that night of that mix. So I mean, it you know, after enough drinks, it gets pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got the tomahawk bone, because you got good old fashions. That's why Craig ain't never got that bone. That sucker boy. I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm just giving Craig a hard time. Yeah. Who's Craig?
We're gonna be mixing those at Bourbon on the Buffalo. We got a little cocktail class we're gonna be teaching. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna show how to make a couple of good cocktails, and I think it'll be really nice.
Somebody's knocking on your door, sir.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, that's just fantastic to do during the show, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. Live from the hospital. There he is. The man, the myth, the midget. So how this you were the one that come up with the bourbon on the Buffalo, weren't you?
Yeah, we started talking about doing something in that area up there, and I'd mentioned about it when we were what was the first one we did? Whiskey and Waypoints. You know, we were sitting around the campfire talking about doing, a couple events a year and doing different places and some kind of different things. And, I guess this one's kind of turned into the flagship deal as far as, more activities and things to do, as a group and everything. So we're going to we got live music at this one and a band. And so I think it's going to be really nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got to go tomorrow and do all my shopping and get ready. I get all packed up so I can head out.
Yeah, sorry, had to make a call real quick, get somebody to answer the front door. My secretary's falling down the job. I'm gonna have to get on to her. I just can't get on to her too much because she's my wife, so that's not going to go over well. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I say, the band's coming. We've used them for a long time, many years. Really, really good group, and there goes my wife going through the atrium, head through the door, so we're good. But they're a really good band. They're a fun group to hang out with. They really get the audience going and play some great music. And then, we're going to have some axe throwing competition going on. And if nobody knows how to throw axes, I'll be able to teach people how to throw axes, so you can make sure your spouse stays in line if you need to. Let's see what else. We're going to do a cornhole tournament. And Jamie's doing some plein air painting classes. So just, fun stuff to do, as a group, and just kind of let everybody hang around and, have some cocktails and have some fun and just, be able to get used to, because I mean, a lot of times, we have new people that come to every event. It's not, I mean, most of the time it's always the same group of us, but we're getting a lot of more people coming in. And to me, I thought this would be a great way for people to get to hang out and just laugh and cut up and get to feel, really just laid back atmosphere, which is, what we're all about in the first place.
Yeah. So question, are we going to do the mixing classes first, then axe throwing, or is it going to be axe throwing, then the mixing class?
I haven't figured that out yet. We don't really have a schedule to go by that we've came up with. I kind of wanted to leave it kind of free flowing, and we'd just holler around, hey, we got this going. If you want to, come on, kind of deal. And so I don't know yet. I'm figuring we'll probably do the axe throwing before, because I'm not sure my teaching skills, because I do like to partake in several cocktails. So
I was just thinking
probably would be before, I think.
I was just thinking how much more entertaining it would be after the cocktails.
It's what we might do. You might have to sign some waivers, and we'll get an ambulance out there just in case, maybe, or something. Be a little prepared, because boy, sometimes I know myself, I can tie one on if I don't watch it.
It'll slip up on you.
We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, and there's all kinds of nice stuff. We didn't do it as far as booking or anything, but, we're quarter mile from the general store there. It's a historic general store. It's on the Arkansas Historic Registry. It's a cool place to go, walk down, check out. If anybody wants to, they can rent a canoe or a kayak or a raft if they want to get out on the Buffalo. They might want to let it go down a little bit from what it is right now. You can do some white water rafting on that bad boy right now. They always have that option.
She said definitely the cocktails, then axe throwing. Between all the YouTubers, somebody's going viral, or that will definitely go viral.
We can definitely do that. I'm sure we can have a before and after axe throwing.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. Going after cocktails, mixology, stock up on first aid. Hey, I think everybody that goes has a first aid kit, so I think we're good. So that'll be one of those freebie classes that we wasn't expecting.
I've actually been just itching to try out my trauma kit, so if somebody whacks a leg off or an arm or something, I'm really excited about getting able to, I've done all this wilderness survival training and certification, and, I hadn't got to use none of it really yet, other than, I pretty much can't camp a day without cutting myself some which way or the other. So, get a little Band-Aid in there every now and then. But other than that, I hadn't got to use much of my training. So, I'm good to go.
This woman, look at this garbage. Anyone maims my husband, they get to keep me. What is that?
Oh, well,
No
I'm definitely
love.
staying away from that then. I'm definitely
Hey,
staying away from that then. The
hey,
way you drink and the way I drink and the way we eat, we'd go broke together, bud.
yeah, but I cook well. I mean, I'm worth the investment, really, if you think about it. I'm a good camp chef.
You cook well. We both gonna have to get extra jobs to be able to pay for all the bourbon and steaks, so that's the problem.
Yeah. I had one of my buddies tell me the other day they just keep me around just because I cook out there. I was like, well, that's cool, I guess. they're used to eating not MREs, them dehydrated meals, and I'm showing up with steaks and ribs.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah. I'm the same way, man. I'm gonna cook when I'm out there. I don't want to eat no dehydrated stuff. I want to eat good. That's what's wrong with me now. I eat too much and I don't like enough. I spend too much time behind the wheel of that Jeep, and then I get out and say, "Oh man, this is nice, man. This is great. Okay, let's get back in the Jeep."
Yeah, that doggone Steven in the chat there, Westfall, he's always trying to get me to go hiking. Damn all that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, man. There's
Yeah,
this
I mean,
trail.
I'll
It's
hike
really
a little
cool.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hike a little bit, but it ain't gonna be very far.
Yeah, he'll mention about this cool trail, and it's waterfalls and mystical, and he churches it up real nice, and then at the very end, it's a 14-mile hike, and I'm like, you lost me, dog. You lost me. You lost the sale right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would definitely, if I'm doing that, I'm going to have to take some MREs or freeze dried meals because I ain't going to make that in a day. I won't be sitting on the side of the trail heating up something.
Yeah. Yeah, that what was that at Jasper Mammoose? How do you say that? The free dried food they had there. What was it? You cut out
gosh,
there.
don't ask me. I can't pronounce it right. He said it a couple of times, and I still can't pronounce it right.
Yeah, I can't ever Mammoose or something. Freeze dried meals. I tried one, and they are really good. They are. I just have this deep desire to hate food that's dehydrated in a bag. I don't know why, but man,
maybe because you ate it for a long time.
Yeah, that's definitely hit. 100%. 100%.
When that was all you had to eat, you ate it in the core, didn't you?
Oh yeah, and it wasn't bad. None of it was ever bad. It all tasted, pretty good, but that's all we had for long periods of time. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. No, I ain't doing it. Ain't about that life.
And talk about the hiking and stuff, it amazes me because, like say, oh, we're going to hike to this waterfall and it's just a little piece and it's back there. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And then you get off and, it's a long stretch and like, oh, dang, why not I do this? But then I get out in Colorado, and it doesn't bother me to get off the horse and, walk in a mile to go, because everything's too thick till you get down to the river, to trout fish and fly fish and, or going up there and guiding elk hunts and getting off the horses and easing around, and stalking elk, for 3 or 4 miles. And I don't think about it while all that's going on. I'm just thinking about, oh,
yeah,
man, this is great. This is fun. This is what I enjoy doing. Waterfalls just doesn't fall into that for me.
See, don't get me wrong. I love the waterfalls. And if I can drive to it, I'll happily scratch my Jeep to hell and back to get to it. But when you mentioned hiking back there, I almost said marching. When you mentioned hiking back there, the farthest I've hiked so far, me and Downs went to a little, what they call that, moonshiners, little cabin or something down. It was about a half mile downhill, which was not bad. And we got down there, filmed it, checked it all out. It was that half mile back uphill that almost killed me. Man, I got up to the top. I just had to cut the camera off because I thought I was going to have an asthma attack. I was up there just sucking air. Oh, man. Good gracious.
Yeah,
Hike.
that's, and that's one of the things, when we started traveling out west, when you get up into the high country, it's amazing. And, that's one thing that we've learned. We don't take quick trips when we go out west. We usually do 3 to 6, 7 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks at a time. It's a lot better when you go and do those trips. And I know it's hard on people to be able to do it. And a lot of people are in better shape than I am. Let's just get that straight right now. But for me, it's easier to go out, and I'll go up about 8,000 feet. We'll hang out for a couple of days, do some stuff, When you get up at, 10,000, 11,000 feet, if you try to make that difference, at least for me, if I try to make that difference when I get out there in a day, man, for a week, I'm dead, man. I just can't get it back.
Yeah, it does a lot of people that way. They get that, what is the altitude sickness or something? I can't remember what they call it. Yeah, they sure enough, they get just above 10,000 feet, get sick, just sick.
Oh yeah.
They got to go back down.
And I've never got the sickness part of it. I just get the, big boy can't get enough air in his lungs. And, we carry those bottles of oxygen with us so you can take puffs off of those, and I'm sitting there in 10 minutes, I've sucked down a whole big old, one of those big bottles. Not the little ones you get, the big bottles, Yeah.
Like, yeah, just take a hit off your oxygen. I finished that thing off 10 minutes ago. We've been on
That's me, I guarantee you.
Yep. Oh man. So you were talking about stalking elk and stuff. So tell me about all this hunting you've done and some of these big records and stuff.
Oh yeah, we've me and my wife, we've always loved to hunt. We grew up hunting, we grew up fishing, and that's just something we've always done. We process our own meats, all our own wild game. We've always processed. That's the way our family's done it growing up. And so we love grinding and smoking our own sausage and doing our own thing. And that way you're really able to tailor it to what you individually like. And so we got on, me and her got on, I don't know, I guess about probably 12 years, started doing some exotic hunts. And together, I don't know, we probably got about 10 or 12 SCI records in the record books, from everything from Pierre Davids to Nile Letchways, Corsican Rams, and Chocolate Fowler. Just a lot of stuff, that we hunted out in West Texas. We've got 2 real good friends of ours that's got ranches out there. And one of them is 21,000 acres, and the other one is a little over 26,000 acres. And so we'd go out there when we lived back in Texas, 5-hour drive, boom, we were there, stay for 3 or 4 days, come back. And so we did a lot of that, not so much now that we're here. And that's one thing I refused to ever take out of Texas was an elk, considering there's never been supposed to be an elk in Texas to begin with. And that's just always something on that, to me, it means more to me, even if it's a smaller elk, that it's not a record. If it's something I've went to the high country, and I've done, and put in the effort, and stalked for a long time. Not that you can't stalk on some of these game ranches. I mean, we spent 7 days at a game ranch once, and I was trying to get one Nile Letchway, and I seen it one time for about 30 seconds in 7 days. So, it's not like you can just, get up on everything you want to get on all the time. But that's just something I've always, to me, I like, just the thought of New Mexico, Colorado, elk hunting. That's what excites me.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What's the farthest shot you've taken?
Well, most of my stuff, all my records have come with a bow. I've bow hunted since, gosh, I don't know, probably 14 years old. So that's been primarily everything that I do is bow hunting. I've took whitetail with a rifle out to 450 yards. It's just, to me, that's not as exciting as my bow hunting is for me.
Yeah. I could see that. I enjoy hunting from distance. those guys that go out there and buy these, 300 Weatherby mags and shoot a deer at 40 yards, that's, you just shot a deer with a howitzer, man. Come on. It's the bullet's a quarter the size of the deer. You know what I'm saying? Not really, but you get what I'm saying. I
understand. I got a lot of people, every time I'm in Colorado, whether we're, guiding during the summer and we're doing, trout fishing trips or just camping trips or whatever, I've got a Henry 4570 that I carry with me. It's not because I want to use it, but I ain't going to get up there and have one of those, bear or one of those big bobcats, mountain lions get on top of me. I ain't letting that happen. And so in that kind of case, overkill's always the best way to go, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been one for hunting for horns or anything. I go out there and hunt for meat. That was always my thing. But I do enjoy shooting long distances. But let me ask you this: it's something I've always wanted to do. If I was going to do it, something I wanted. Have you done any hunting with pistols? I've always wanted to hunt with a pistol.
Oh yeah. So
that would be a lot of fun.
So Jamie actually has two of her SCI records, or with my 50 caliber black powder pistol.
Oh wow!
And she's actually a fantastic shot with a pistol. And then I have a custom built. It's a if you wouldn't ask me, I'd have told you. It's a Thompson Center Arms single shot pistol and a 300 blackout that's scoped and with a suppressor on it. And that's actually when we're out in West Texas. That's actually, I carry it in a shoulder holster underneath me so I can still keep my bow up and do everything. And if there's something that I really, really would like to shoot that's further distance, than more than, 65, 70 yards with my bow, I have the opportunity to be able to take the pistol out. So I've shot a couple with the pistol like that, and I've shot a couple of deer with my black powder season. I always use my black powder pistol because I just love shooting it. It's a blast to shoot. To get behind that thing, and pack 160 grains of black powder behind a 400 grain bullet, and then watch, the world explode in front of you. I mean, you don't even know where the deers run. There's so much smoke going. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'd like to. I've always kind of wanted a what is it? The Smith & Wesson 500. I think that would be a fun one to go hunt with. That would.
You need to check out that new what is it? Is it Research Arms? I'll get you the information on it. They got one now that's actually it's a 6-shot 45-70 revolver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting one of those. I'm brave enough to shoot it, but I think I'd like to have one anyway.
Yeah.
I know how that rifle kicks in 45-70. That pistol's got to be a beast.
Yeah, well, somebody, I don't know who it was, they made a 50 BMG pistol. So, I mean, it's just.
Oh, my Lord.
It's a single shot, but I mean, wow. They just. I don't
know how you could shoot it without breaking the wrist.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I enjoy shooting, and that's just miserable. My old man, I mentioned that 300 Weatherby mag a minute ago. My dad, he had one, and that thing, before he put a muzzle brake on it, and before that though, it was miserable to shoot. Like it would just kick you like a mule. And good gracious, I mean, I want something I can.
My dad's actually, he's been a huge Weatherby fan forever. And so we've got a pretty big selection of Weatherby magnums and regular side cartridge, just because it's even growing up. I remember as a kid, when I got a BB gun one year, Daddy got, a 270 Weatherby that Mom got him for Christmas. And that kind of kicked it off. And then it was just like every year he wanted a different Weatherby and a different this. And I don't think he's hunted with a single one, to be honest with you.
They're beautiful rifles. Beautiful.
So, oh man, and they shoot great. I mean, they're a great shooting rifle. I mean, it's a really good gun. But there's so many out there now with these small custom-made arms manufacturers. I mean, you can get anything you can imagine nowadays built. It just blows my mind that it's came so far. Probably in the last 30 years.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean
they've got
every year there's 2 or 3 cartridges that we've never heard of coming out.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of started with the M16 or AR-15 platform. They just kind of just went to rebarrel and making new calibers, and it just went wild with it. They've got, what is that, the 50 Beowulf, got 300 Blackout, all that's for the AR platforms. Well, I mean, they make an upper, a 50 BMG single shot upper for an AR lower. Again, if you hate yourself, just say so. But it's just the gunsmithing, like you said, in the last 30 years has went wild. I mean, not a bad thing. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
But it's been.
But I guess if you look at history, from what it was, say 1890 to 1920. I mean, look at the innovations happened during, I mean, so I guess it's nothing really uncommon. It just seems like it is, I guess, more or less.
Yeah, because we're in the time frame and witnessing it happen and evolve. So yeah, you're right. You're right.
If you ever get a chance, Wyoming's one of those states, that I absolutely love to go to just because there's so much history in Wyoming. Especially if you like that old mining and cowboy history. And if you ever get a chance out there and you're in Cody, Wyoming, go check out the Wild Bill Cody Museum. They actually have the largest collection of firearms there in the world. Me and Jamie walked through it. Of course, I like walking. I like reading, all the stuff about it. We were there, and that's one wing of the museum. Then they have the Cody side. Then they have the American Indian side, and then they have like Wild West side. So there's 4 different wings that go off of this thing. We spent 6 hours in the guns, and I didn't even get to see it. I was like, my God, this is overload. I got to get a drink somewhere. And they don't serve alcoholic drinks, so we left. It blows your mind. It's just mine. I was like, I never thought I could get gun overload, but holy moly.
Yeah. So we talked a while back, and I don't know if you can talk about it, but I'll hint around to it and see if you know what I'm talking about. The Colorado trip. Can you talk about that? What you're planning coming up?
So, we've got some really unique stuff. So some of our really good friends, they're out of just outside of Pagosa Springs, Colorado. They have backcountry outfitters out of Pagosa Springs. We've known them for years. We've went out on family trips with them for years. And so that's what I'll be going up the last week of May and staying for 2 months. I'll actually be guiding back trips into the backcountry. In July, we will be doing a all women's backcountry retreat. There'll be plein air painting and yoga. There's actually a cordon bleu chef that'll be with them. That'll be doing wine pairings with wild game and really, really cool stuff. And it's an all ladies excursion. It'll be my wife, Nikki, the lady that runs it and everything. It'll be all run by them, and just some beautiful scenery. If you really want to get out in the middle of nowhere, this is all taking place in the Weminuche National Forest in Colorado. So, I mean, it's, what is it? It's close to 200 something thousand acres of just non-motorized, wilderness. So it's either horseback or backpacking. And I'm going to tell you what, when you go from 6,000 feet to over 11,000 feet and, a 6-hour horseback ride, I don't know how anybody'd ever hike up that. Holy moly. It's just, you're constantly going up there. I don't think there's a single horse takes that it's not going uphill.
Yeah.
But it gets you up into some beautiful, serene country. And then we'll also be doing a all guys trip, and we'll be fly fishing, custom cigars, bourbon pairings, cordon bleu chef. Just, you know, it's the ultimate guys outdoor experience.
Heck yeah. You're going to post all that in the Overland 870 page, right?
Yes, we're going to post that, and she's pretty much got everything together. I know the women's trip is already out there, and online on Facebook. They're doing all the booking for that. You know, we're just helping out some friends and having some fun and kind of partnering with some stuff. And
Heck yeah.
I think we're going to be starting offering a lot more stuff out in Colorado in that area, and just kind of helping some of the people from this area kind of get. We're going to do some Jeep stuff out there too. I'm going to do on my off days, those 2 months, I'm going to be doing a lot of scouting and a lot of map planning and stuff to try to put together some stuff to be able to bring all y'all guys out and just, you know, kick back, relax, you know, explore some good country and just have a fantastic time. So I think it'll be really fun. It's I know it's going to be fun for me because it's right up my alley and it's what I love to do anyway. And if I'm not in a Jeep, I'd rather be on a horse. So there.
Yeah. Well, you just had the discussion about hiking, so that's out. I mean, automatically. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So horseback.
That's why you have a horse. The horse hikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The horse hikes. You're right. That's exactly the way it is.
So let's go over some of your time here with the 870 and some of your adventures you've had with us. And we've had you. Some of these stories. Some of these stories.
Wasn't sure we really wanted to get in on that. Not sure. Let's see. What stories can we actually put out online?
That's story right there. That's a story in itself.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes.
You know, I mean, you know, Bradley was the first one. You know, we went over and did one of their little Jeep sign-up deals over in Jonesboro. So he was the first one, you know, and I was kind of hesitant, you know, after, you know, being around him and a event or two. And I'm like, you know, my wife actually said, she's like, you sure, you know, these people are going to be, you know, your kind of people? And I said, well, I don't know. Bradley's a little thrown off, but we can see. You know, luckily it all worked out. I haven't met anybody that's pretty much any more thrown off as, you know, more than me. So it works out really good. You know, I'm a firm believer that, you know, your crazy's okay as long as it matches with the crazy of everybody else with you. You know, as long as that happens, you know, everything's good. And luckily it's matched up really good. And I've had a lot of fun. So I guess really Whiskey and Waypoints was the first time I met most of y'all. And, you know, you showed up late to that. Bradley, Stefan, and Max got there before everybody else and stayed the night. And, you know, they got there late. It was dark. They kind of set up, you know, we sat around the campfire till, gosh, I don't know, probably about midnight. Just shooting the bull, you know, and the only person I'd met at that time was Bradley. And we get up the next morning, start to cook a little breakfast and stuff. And I'm sitting over there talking to Bradley, and I'm like, hey, when's Steven showing up? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I was supposed to be able to meet Steven. Is he still coming? He's like, you talked to him on over there by his Jeep cooking breakfast. And I said, no, I think that's Stefan. He said, man, it's the same dude. And I've been talking to him online and did not realize that it was Stefan and not Steven, even though I've seen his name online on Messenger for months. You know, didn't realize, but you know, I was kind of partaking pretty much in beverages way before they got there because I was by myself. So, you know, to my defense, partly, you know, it was the bourbon, but so yeah, that was kind of funny. Everybody makes fun of me for that now. But
yeah,
that's okay.
So I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was funny. So you got into the group pretty much the same day I did then. Okay.
Oh, really? I did not know that. I thought you were already in the group. I'm going to turn on a light.
Okay. I don't think that helps.
You don't think it helped? Oh yeah, I can see me better. What do you?
A little bit. Here,
Everybody wants to see this. Come on,
there we go.
You know, look, everybody wants to see this.
There it is.
Now you stick me right up in there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna look up your nose now. So yeah, that was my first. I showed up. Craig got me invited to that, and thanks, Craig. And that was my first time meeting any of those guys. And you know, I was about 5 hours ahead of Craig, so it was just, you know, wing it. But yeah,
oh yeah, absolutely.
And it just kind of snowballed from there. Had a blast, had a good time. You know, Brad was talking about the 870.
So you gave me the bone off of the tomahawk the first day.
Well, I cooked the steak the second day, so yeah, the second day, yeah.
Oh my God, I feel so special.
Well, you were giving out free cigars, so I mean, I figured, you know,
this is true.
You know, I'm a sucker for
this. Is true.
Speaking of good cigars, I know it's off topic a little bit here. The next time Calvary Overland,
that's all right.
You need to come. There, where they hold their event right next door is a wonderful humidor, huge humidor. It'll be in my video this Friday, and I got to sit down and interview those guys, walk through their lounge. Oh man, it's awesome. It is awesome. It's a sure enough lounge with, I bet their humidors, it's kind of an L shape, and it's probably 20 foot by 20 foot. You know, it's an L. It's huge.
Yeah.
Man, it's awesome. So you got to check that out.
We definitely need to make a trip, and we got to go check that out. And next time you're up in Hot Springs, we'll go down to the humidor down in Hot Springs too.
I've been
Chris
to a few of those.
Chris and Mel and them down there, they're fantastic. I did a video with them here a while back. We mixed some cocktails and smoked some cigars in there.
I don't make my way up there very often, but when I do, I'll make sure I get in contact with you for sure. And we'll make that happen. I enjoy a good cigar. It's hard to beat a good cigar. A good steak, man, it's hard to beat.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah. Yeah. You know, actually, I as much as I enjoy bourbon, you know, it's I don't know how much you've done, but you know, I'm a huge port wine fanatic, and port wine paired with a good cigar. If it's the right cigar and the right port, oh my God, you want to talk about make your toe? Oh, fantastic!
I would try it, but I've never been a big fan of alcoholic grape juice, so I don't.
Oh, this isn't grape juice. You're going to take the alcohol in this, but I'm telling you, you get a nice 30, 40-year-old port. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, you're basically speaking French to me. I don't know nothing about wine. I did a long time ago. I don't even know if I was in the Marine Corps yet. I did a wine thing up there in Hot Springs. They got a little winery up there. You can go take classes and all kinds of little stuff. So I did do that, but yeah, that's as far as my wine experience went. That, and I had some really good sweet wine when I was in Italy. Their wine was their wine different over there. It's just it's good. I grew up on that old farm.
You know, to be a true port, it has to come out of Portugal. To be a true Tony port, it has to come out of Portugal, along whatever river region that is. And I've had everything from, you know, a 10-year-old to, we were out in Laguna Beach, California at one time years ago. And we had been drinking and having dinner and everything. And I got a glass of 85-year Tawny Port. That, man, you could have stood a spoon up in it. It was so thick. It was like drinking syrup. It was fantastic.
Well, we've hit our hour mark, man. So we're end it here. We don't want to drag this out and make these people keep watching us talk about our drinking. So it was good talking to you. It's good to have you on here, man. I'm glad you took the time to do this and sit around and BS. It's a good time. So I will be there this weekend, and we'll finish these conversations. You can tell me more about some port and learn me up, educate me, if you will. So
I'll bring you over to the dark side, and I look forward to seeing everybody this weekend. We're going to have a real good time and just be laid back and fun.
Yeah, I think so. So until next time, guys, simplify and God bless.